Hi everybody! Oh god, this is gonna... This feels weird. I've never filmed myself doing a video before. And I hope I'm not being too loud for my family. Welcome to my channel. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a little weird. We're gonna discover YouTube vlogging together. Currently, my setup is my phone is on this random bookcase. I'm in a chair that has cat hair over it because my cat claimed it. As you can see, my background is a mess. You can't see all the clothes on the floor, so it's a little random. But we're gonna jump into it. I'm Katie. I am 20 years old. I am from Winchester, Virginia, which is what we like to call up here Country Nova. It's technically Northern Virginia, but on the opposite side of the state from like the DC area. So a lot of farms. Currently, I am in my second year at UVA, which is the University of Virginia. I am studying aerospace engineering with the dream of working at NASA one day, or Disney Imagineering, and becoming an astronaut. So today I'm going to do the DCP tag, and through that we'll kind of do my role reveal and location. I didn't film anything before I got on board in an itinerary because I was working at my job and I just realized I've been looking at myself the whole time around the camera. Okay. I even put a little sticker on my phone to look at the camera and then I neglected to do that. I guess I'm just that self-absorbed. But anyway, I hadn't filmed anything before because I was super busy. I wanted to take the time and do this and set this up, figure it out. Half the time when I got home, it was already dark and my videos looked awful because I was just sitting in my dark room with bad lighting. So now we're doing it. It's still not the brightest day outside. We've got that snow sky because we're expecting to get quite a big snow on Sunday, but hopefully it shouldn't hinder me going down to Florida. My check-in date is January 24th. We are leaving a couple days earlier. We're leaving on the 20th because my family and I wanted to get in a few park days before I officially checked in. Because it does seem like once you check in, you don't get to go into the parks at all for quite a bit of time until after traditions and like a week after that, and you gotta go through training. So I wanted to have some fun park time with my family before I'm doing all the work stuff. Yeah, so I've got this DCP tag. I am looking at it from the description in somebody else's YouTube video. I don't know where this is posted, but I'll retype it in my description, so if anybody else wants to do it, you can. It looks like it's a little old, and we'll see that on question number 2, but let's hop into it. So the first question is, how did you hear about the Disney College program? I mean, I can't even remember when I first heard about it. We've been going to Disney since I was 5 years old. You know, we saw the name badges with the universities. I mean, I probably started watching YouTube videos and really got interested in it 8th grade or so. Honestly, I don't know. It's always been there. It's always been in the background. I mean, I think probably when, you know, Bronwyn started making her videos, that's probably right when I got in. I think like almost right after she had left her first one is when I started watching videos. So I've been kind of obsessed with it ever since. And, you know, last year when I actually was in college for the first time and eligible, it wasn't happening because of COVID. So then they kind of messed up my plans of when I thought I was doing it, because last spring would have been the perfect time for me to do it, but it wasn't going on, so that didn't happen. Yeah, so question number 2 is, how was the interview process? And this is what makes these questionnaires seem kind of old. So I didn't have to do an interview. The application process was very straightforward. I got an email when they opened applications. I, you know, filled out the little survey like with all your personal information and like your university, and submitted that. And then I almost immediately got the more work-based questionnaire, which had all the little questions like, on a scale of 1 to 10, like, how do you rate your responsibility kind of deal? Or, you know, if a child falls at work, what is your first thing to do? Which it's always make sure the child is safe. That is the #1 rule. Disney wants everybody to be safe. You don't contact its parents, you give that child a Band-Aid immediately. So that's that. I'll do a whole nother video on the application process because it really has changed a lot since the program has come back after being canceled because of the pandemic. So yeah, it was really straightforward. I did that. At the end they said, like, you look like you'll be a really good candidate, we'll update you. And then 2 or 3 weeks later I got a random email in my inbox that was like, you're accepted, which wasn't surprising. I mean, they need workers and they told me I'd be a good candidate anyway. So yeah, I think that's the next question. Yes, where were you when you found out? I think I was coming back from class. I don't know, it was just an email, and just, you know, everybody always makes the reaction videos and they're so excited and so nervous. Opened it on my own, and then it was more of an oh shit moment than a super excited thing. Like, I was excited, but I didn't quite have my plan. I didn't know if I wanted to do it. As you guys probably have realized, not a whole ton of engineering students do the DCP, especially if they're like me and already in their 2nd year. It's a really heavy course load. It's hard to get away, and you know, you don't want to fall behind. One of my main things is that I wanted to do the DCP, but I also wanted to graduate on my expected graduation time. Like, I wanted to graduate in May of 2024. I didn't want that getting pushed back for any reason, which, you know, that concern really doesn't have any merit to it. There's no reason why it wouldn't be okay for me to do that, but I just didn't want to. That was one of my things. So after lots of researching and lots of talking with my advisor, we figured out that I could move my classes around, still get everything I needed to do in, graduate at the same time. My schedule will be a little wonky when I get back. You know, I won't be in all my classes with everyone in my grade. I'll be in some classes with kids in the grade below me, but that's totally fine. So yeah, it worked out for me, but it is really hard to get it to work out. I was very lucky. It was like, you know, if I hadn't taken one more class than I did, I wouldn't have been able to make room for it. And then I probably would have just pushed it till after graduation, which a lot of people do. So yeah, I think they gave me a week to decide and accept. And I'm pretty sure, like, I accepted maybe 12 hours or so before the deadline. I was actually at home when I accepted, because I'd come home for the weekend after I went to a cross-country meet. So I was on my back porch and I was like, yep. And you should know, when you accept, they immediately ask for like $450. So I was like, good thing I was home, because then I could grab my mom's credit card. If not, I don't know what I would have done. I think I might have had that much money, but then I would not have had any money for groceries after that. So be warned, once you accept, they immediately ask you for money. So let's see. So 5 is, what is your role/preferred roles? So I actually already have my role. I got my itinerary yesterday. Once again, random email. I was in the car. So I am actually in a pretty rare role, one that I hadn't thought about before. And I'm in watercraft at the Friendships in Epcot. So I'm really excited for this. And, you know, watercraft is always listed in the roles, but nobody ever gets it. Nobody ever talks about it. So I was kind of completely thrown off guard. And when I got my onboarding, which was a couple weeks ago, and you know, it listed out in weird acronyms and you don't know what you're looking at. It said Friendships/Sasgula. And if I hadn't been to Disney as many times as I already have, I would have had no idea what that was. I had to confirm. I had to double check. I was like, I think that's the boats. I don't know. But it was the boats. So I'm very excited. It looks like there's 2 main things you can get within the watercraft role, and that's either the Friendships, where I'm at, or the Magic Kingdom, like TTC ferry. And you don't get to drive the ferry, but you do get to drive the Friendships if you're with those. So it looks like I will be switching off between driving the boats and, you know, being the person giving the safety spiel or unloading and loading onto the boats. So it looks like it'd be an all-around role. I did do some research. It looks like there's a lot of training to it, which is good. If you know me personally, you know my car skills aren't that great, and I've barely ridden boats, so it'll be interesting for sure. You know, Disney does not care what you have done previously. You know, you could be a professional photographer and they won't give you photo pass. You could have worked in 15 restaurants before and they'll give you retail. So they really don't care. They just stick you on it. So don't expect to get anything that's related to anything you've ever done in your life before. Yeah, okay. Next one is, how did you find your roommates? So I don't know my roommates at all. I was talking to a couple people, but at the time we weren't sure, A, if we were either be able to request roommates, B, how many, C, if they had to have the same arrival and departure dates as you or just the same arrival date or anything like that. And we tried to figure that out, and the people told us, when you sign up for roommates, it'll tell you. So I didn't have anybody on standby. I didn't know when we were getting housing. So basically it totally caught me off guard. I was in Austin, actually, at a running convention. And so I was texting a couple people, and a lot of them had already matched up, and I tried to match up with this one girl, but she was in California, so the texting, like, time difference was all over the place, and it was about to shut me out of housing. And we tried to go even behind the scenes and have people on the back end do it. It didn't work out. So right now, I have no idea who I'm going to be living with. I will find that when I walk into my apartment when I get there on the 24th. So I'm totally fine with that. I do know that I am in a 2x2 in Flamingo Crossings East. I know a lot of people really didn't want to be in 2x2s. I'm perfectly fine with it. I listed it as my second choice out of the three. I put 4x2 first because, you know, it'd be nice to have your own bedroom, but not a necessity by any means. And they did increase the rent for spring 2020 compared to what it was for fall of 21. So now my 2x2 is $185 a week. So I'm fine with just paying that and not paying like $225 to have my own room and my own bathroom. I'm there for 4 months. It's fine. So that's my housing situation. I'm nothing basically, but I'm chill with all of it. And is this little thing up here telling me my phone's about to die? It might be. I have no idea. Well, we'll see if my phone dies and I can just pop it back on there. All right. What are you going to miss while on the program? Well, just college in general. I think this semester I made a lot of new friends since, you know, my first year was COVID and I was there and I became best friends with my roommate, but we didn't talk to anybody else, like, at all. So this year I did really good. I made a lot of friends and I'm part of club running and I love all of them. I love running with them every day. So I'll definitely miss that, you know, being around people that I finally feel like I know and have friends. And then I was just like, bye, I'm going to Florida. I'll see y'all next fall. So yeah, that'll be rough. I have two amazing housemates that I will miss very dearly. Morgan and Stella, this is a shout out for you. Let's see. What's my favorite Disney park is the next one. Epcot. I'm working in Epcot and I love Epcot. We're just gonna go with Epcot. We can debate the merits of all the other parks, but that could be a whole nother video. So we're just gonna say Epcot and leave it at that. My parents used to make fun of me because when I was little, I would say Epcot, like no T, extra P, and they thought it was adorable. And I'm sure it was, but then they wouldn't let me live it down until I was like 13, so. Let's see. What's the first thing you want to do when you get there? Ooh, well, I don't know. I guess the first thing I want to do is the thing I'm actually doing first, because since we're going to be in Florida 2 days prior to my check-in. We're going to Epcot to do Festival of the Arts and Magic Kingdom, basically just to sit on Main Street and look at 50th stuff, which is fun. But Festival of the Arts is top of my bucket list. I've never been to that festival before, and I'm super excited. I'll probably spend like 2 hours in the Wonderground Gallery tent, buying like $300 worth of art prints, but it's gonna be great. Like, that's all my room is gonna be, just covered in art prints, which it'll look cool, it'll be fun. So yeah, that's definitely what I'm looking forward to most when I first get there. And then also, it seems like a group of us is gonna go to Universal the week after we check in, and that'll be super fun because I haven't been there in a while, and they've got some cool new stuff. I really need to get on Velocicoaster, so that'll be great. Let's see. Second to last question is, what is number 1 on your DCP bucket list? Number 1. I mean, I've started writing my bucket list, and I got through, like, I was going by park, and I did Magic Kingdom, and it was like 2.5 pages long, and the font was like Arial size 11, so there's a lot. Most of it's just reiterating stuff, so let me think of something new that I haven't done that's on my DCP bucket list. Oh no, I know. I even heard about this is happening soon, but the like cast member yoga in front of the castle. I want to do that so bad, like the sunrise yoga in front of Cinderella Castle. Oh, that'll be so fun. So I hopefully, like, I have my badge and qualify for that when it happens, because it is pretty soon, right after my arrival. So hopefully I can go to that. But if not, they'll probably have one later on. But I really want to do that. I think that'd be so much fun. Okay, let's see. What's the one thing you're hoping to take away from the program? I don't know. I think in general, just having a good magical time, meeting new people, getting to see kind of the backside of Disney and how things work. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing this for fun and also for a bit of career advancement. I'd love to talk to some Imagineers and see what their jobs are like and maybe try to score me an internship for the summer. Yeah, so, you know, I think I'm just trying to have a good time, which shouldn't be hard at all. Yeah, because this, you know, past year and a half has been pretty rough, you know, COVID and all. Personally wasn't affected that much, but it's just stuck at college with nothing to do. You know, they didn't have any welcome events for us. I didn't make a lot of friends. I had all online classes. Club running didn't start till this year. And then when this year did start and social was back, they threw us back into academics, and it was rough. So, you know, I was in all my aerospace classes with like statics and dynamics and partial differential equations. And it was fun stuff, but it was very challenging, and I need a bit of a break. So I'll go to the most magical place on earth and have a super good time. Yeah, so that seems to be the end of the DCP tag. And I guess I already talked about my role and my living location. And at this point, I don't think I know anything else. Disney is very vague about everything they give you. I mean, the itinerary that I just got probably has the most information out of anything that I've received so far. Yeah, they told me when to show up and not to be early at all. So, I guess that's what I'll do. I am driving down, but I'm not having my car there. I tried to get a parking pass, and they sold out in like 90 seconds, and I just had this little Mickey rotating on my screen, taunting me. So I didn't get one of those, and then, coincidentally, my car completely died a couple days ago. So even if I did get a parking pass, there wouldn't have been a car to bring down. So that's all good. I was a little disappointed, but it seems like so many people right now are doing the program that don't have cars, wasn't able to get a parking pass, because Flamingo Crossings is huge. Is the parking lot huge? Nope. No, it's not. And they took away the Typhoon Lagoon parking extra because now they're opening that, but they're not transferring it over to Blizzard Beach, which is closing. So there's no parking. If you desperately think you need a car, you don't. So you're not going to get a parking pass anyway. Make friends with cars. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, so I think that's about it. I am going to do another video soon, probably today since I have time, about the application process more in depth, because there really wasn't anything on the new process when I was looking up stuff, and I was so used to the old ways, and it's nothing like that anymore. So I'll do that, and then in a few days I'll do a packing video. I've got like half my stuff packed, but I've got to unpack and repack, and I'll show you guys some of the fun things, what I think are necessities for the program versus just going into the parks, because I have my like preset park bag, so you guys can see inside that. That'll be fun. But yeah, thanks for joining me today, and you know, I guess, what, like and subscribe, is that what you say? I guess you can if you want to. Oh, you can also follow me on Instagram at Katie's Wildest Ride. I'll figure out how to put it somewhere like here. I've never edited a video before, so I don't know. It'll be somewhere around or in the description, whichever is easier. Probably description. And yeah, that's about it. Well, I'm excited. We've got just a week until we leave, and a little over a week until I check in. Yay! See y'all. Have a magical day. Oh god, this is gonna